So hello everybody, welcome back. I'm Ray. So I often get a question, what is it my body is trying to communicate? I follow the guidance and I'm consciously connecting, bringing my awareness into my body. And this is what I talked about in the post, your body is trying to show you how to heal. And it's about understanding how to communicate, how to be in that conscious connection with your body, understanding what it is your body's trying to show you. And this is deeply healing. And it's how I've learned to heal stress. But there can be a bit of confusion because, if you're not used to doing this, you're bringing your awareness into what you feel. And then the mind, as the mind does, starts to ask questions. What is it I'm meant to be feeling? What is it I'm meant to be understanding? What is my body trying to communicate? And we can get lost there and confused. And this is why I want to bring a little bit of clarity, because we don't have to overcomplicate it. And I think it's important to understand. So I'm on a spinny chair, just moving myself around a bit. I think it's important to understand that simply bringing your awareness to what you feel is already healing. Because if you've been stressed for many years, it's likely that you have been ignoring what you've been feeling or trying to distract yourself from feeling because it's so uncomfortable. Or you've been so overwhelmed that you haven't been able to give yourself the attention that you deserve. Or you're in this habit, through stress that you've experienced from a very early age, of suppressing what you feel. So already there's a really significant shift happening as you respond consciously to what your body is showing you through feelings, sensations, emotions. It's the way the body communicates. At least that's how I express it. So when you bring your attention to what you're feeling, and you haven't done this maybe ever, there's already such a powerful shift, because instead of ignoring what you feel and ignoring yourself, you're giving yourself attention. You're acknowledging yourself through what you feel. You're acknowledging your experience and saying, what I feel matters. I matter. I'm bringing my awareness, my attention to my experience in this moment. And you don't need to work it out. That may come with time and practice. That was my experience. And it's not working it out from the mind, where we spend so much of our time trying to work out what is it I'm feeling, or what does that mean, or what is that symptom, where does it come from, why have I got it? There we are back in the mind again. As you come into the body and you're simply present with what you're feeling, and it takes courage to do that when it feels so uncomfortable, but you're starting to take back your power with that choice to consciously respond and be present with what you're feeling. What is it we look for if we're suffering, if we're struggling, and somebody else is with us? It's their presence that says, it's okay, I'm here. Don't worry, take a moment. That's what you're doing for yourself. That's what you're learning to do in that shift in the way that you're moving out of that reactivity, suppressing, distracting, ignoring, not even being aware. And you're starting to give yourself what you need: attention, care, time, presence, love. And even if it doesn't feel like you're doing that immediately, initially, because you still feel so uncomfortable or confused or overwhelmed, with time, as this becomes a practice, as it becomes a natural reflex, and you're able to simply be present and allow without the need to judge, without the need to force, without the need to get rid of or to change. Again, we're letting go of that resistance that is keeping us in a pattern of fear, contraction, discomfort. With time, you are creating the space, the inner conditions for your body to come back into balance naturally, simply by giving yourself the attention, simply by choosing to respond and acknowledge, I feel. This is already so deeply healing, and it is completely different from what you've learned in stress, to disconnect, to not be present, to ignore, to suppress. Trust that this is enough. Trust that your presence is enough. And I say that so much in the 6-week Alchemy of Stress. And I say it also in these posts on YouTube. Your presence is enough in that way. Your presence is healing. Your presence is powerful. And there's so much more to that statement. Your presence is powerful. And as we're learning to do this, to bring our attention within to what we're feeling, and to let that be enough, we're also learning to be present. Because the mind will have us worrying about the past or stuck in the past in some kind of trauma or upset, fear, and it will have us stuck, pulled to the future, the uncertainty, the unknown, the fear. As we come back to presence and we meet ourselves, what we're feeling in the moment, we are learning to be where it matters the most, where we can start to affect change, where we can start to understand our experience and to explore who we really are in the present moment, without the fear of what might happen or what has happened. And we're learning to be. This changes everything. So let's do that now. If you're still with me, you can like this video if you like, or not. It's entirely up to you. But we can do this now if you're still here. Get a sense of your physical space wherever you're sitting, or if you're lying down. You can close your eyes or you can keep your eyes open. It doesn't matter. It's about being present. And you can bring your attention within. There's the reflex to come within. Anytime you find that you're lost in thought. Daydreaming is fine. Imagining is fine. But if you're pulled by worry, lost in thought, it's an invitation to come back within, to center, into your heart. To be present with what you're feeling and know that your presence is enough. It's healing. It's powerful. So get a sense of yourself, of your physical presence, your body, the weight of your body. And no matter how uncomfortable you might be feeling, how stressed, overwhelmed, it's okay. I know it doesn't feel okay. But what I'm saying is, you don't need to be perfect to be present. You don't need to be perfect to heal. Whatever you're feeling is okay. Letting go of the need to judge what you're feeling, letting go of the need to judge yourself. There is nothing wrong with who you are. What you're feeling in your body is the accumulation of stress, of things that have happened in the past. Is not who you are. Okay, so just observing what you're feeling in the body, what your body's communicating in sensations, in feelings, in emotions, without the need to force anything or change anything. And it's bringing your attention into that feeling. Not trying to understand it mentally, intellectually. you're becoming aware of different sensations, different frequencies. We're talking in terms of energy. Everything is energy. Different sensations. They might be uncomfortable. Bring your attention to whatever your body is showing you in this moment, without needing to work it out, without needing to fix. It's enough that you bring your awareness to it. Acknowledge yourself, acknowledge what you're feeling. Be aware of your breath. And this is basic mindfulness as you bring your attention to your breath, your breathing. Again, the calming effect on the nervous system. But we're not trying to control anything. We're not trying to force anything. Simply becoming present. There's an allowing. And as you bring your attention to what you're feeling, quite simply acknowledging out loud, using your voice, freeing up this area that's become blocked and contracted in suppression, fear, worry. I feel this, wherever it is in your body. Let that be enough. And you can describe the sensation, but you don't have to. Again, we're not forcing anything. Just being present with what you're feeling, acknowledging how you feel. It might be an emotional quality. It might simply be a sensation. It might be uncomfortable. We're not trying to force anything. If it's too uncomfortable, bring your attention somewhere you feel less overwhelmed. So you're aware of what's happening, what you're experiencing, but you're not forcing yourself. Okay? And with time, with practice, consistency, and consistency is key, as I say. And again, not through the mind, not trying to work things out, but with time, there will be a deeper knowing. Your intuition will speak to you. And whatever you need to know will come into awareness at the right time. What I call joining dots in consciousness. You may be able to connect where the stress originated to the symptom you might be experiencing. There'll be a deeper understanding, but not because you're trying to work it out, but because there is a part of you that already knows. And you're bringing that part of you back to life with your presence, with your attention. There's a part of you that will awaken to your presence, become conscious. Okay? And as you do that, you're bringing yourself back into a state of wholeness, health. But there's nothing to force. Your presence is enough. Your presence is healing. Your presence is powerful. And again, simply by bringing your attention to what it is you're feeling, what your body's communicating, is already so healing. Don't make it more complicated than that. Trust the process, and with time and consistency, allow your body to speak to you and things to come into awareness naturally, and for your body to come back into balance naturally. Okay. So as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your experiences, asking any questions, and I look forward to seeing you in the next post.